says, clear the tarmac, it's takeoff time.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play Podcast with Jordan Hughes.
Alrighty, welcome in NRL Picks and Preview. Back with you once again, the Media Vintage Sports Network. Great to have your company with us once again. Rugby League season is heating up. We're going to find some winners for you on this Anzac Day weekend. Jordan Hughes with you alongside.
It's me, the King.
Hello, brother.
Hey, brother, how are you?
You well?
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Bit of a green sheet.
Yeah, mix it up, mate. Mix
Hopefully
it
it
up.
can blur out.
Yeah.
Bit of editing skills.
Jesus. Lovely. Great to have everyone alongside as we get ready for Rugby League. Keeps on rolling around, my friend Riggs. Let's talk about last week. What caught your eye, my friend?
What impressed me was the doggies against the Rabbitohs.
65,000 in the house.
That was impressive.
Very good.
32-0.
Yeah.
What is that? To keep the Rabbitohs scoreless, that's pretty good.
So they've conceded 14 points in 3 weeks.
That's actually part of... I bought some stats for you this week.
Mate, I love it. How good day? Mate, that's unbelievable.
The last 4 games, no one scored over 10 points against the Bulldogs.
That's a great stat.
How good... I'm the stat man.
You are. It's very
Yeah,
impressive.
that's pretty crazy. And 65,000, I don't think Bulldogs can lose at home with that type of energy.
No, very cool. For me, the Dolphins, man. They showed up at Suncorp. I would put their best win ever against the Storm, and they just destroyed them. So
Most definitely. And it's so funny, your impressive ends up being my disappointment.
yes, that happens a lot. So I always hope for the Dolphins. Got a soft spot for them, but you're not impressed?
You do, yeah. So definitely disappointed in the Storm losing to the Dolphins. They were up 16-2. Me multis were ticking. I had the first 3 try scorers.
Yep.
Storm, here I go. Pretty much could have cashed out. Didn't, and got done.
No good. For me, disappointed again. The Titans, mate. They're just gone. They're up. What is it? You got the game live. 16-0 was it something? They were just flying, and then they find a way to lose.
Titans' first 3 tries looking dicey, looking good. Do you know what though? It was an arm wrestle of a game. Like it was that hot. I was sitting in the crowd, heating up a Storm.
So you had the shirt off, mate. Getting amongst it.
Yeah, I got a couple photos sent to me sitting in the crowd.
Love it.
Yeah, so
There
crazy.
we go.
Can I tell you who else was disappointing? Reece Walsh's kickoff
Oh, mate, what a way to lose.
to lose to the Wars.
Yeah.
Giving back to his old club.
Yep.
Good on ya. Always remember where you come from.
Yeah, literally, that was unbelievable. He's not going very well at all, is he?
Yeah, a bit of an injury, so hopefully he can heal up quick and come back.
Just on that, big upset. Hope you backed me. I tipped the Wires last week. I hope the punters got involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's been happening, though?
What's happening?
Every time I've bet on Panthers this year, it's done the opposite pretty much. So
Yeah.
I'm adding them to the category of Wars, Titans, Penrith.
Okay, there we go. There's the breakdown for 2025. On the tipping front, I did get you, my friend. It was a tough week for you, brother. 3 from 8 for you, 5 from 8 for me. Couple upsets there, got it done. The Tigers, obviously, they couldn't get it done. The Eels were impressive. So
Yeah, pretty crazy. Mitch Moses comes back and look at how
Mate,
the Eels
he's
they start
class.
scoring tries.
Yep.
But also, touch on that, the Tigers.
Yes.
They just weren't that good.
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, as they were.
What happened to the Tigers?
Man, they're in turmoil. It's a tough week for them. All right, let's get into our round 8 preview, my friend. It starts tonight. The Broncos and the Doggies. This should be an absolute bell ringer. $2.55 the Bronx, $1.53 the unbeaten Bulldogs. The Lions 4.5. Regan.
This is at Broncos Stadium?
Yes, sir.
Well, look, the Dogs are going to be hard to beat. Is this going to be 7 in a row for the Doggies? Doggies! And the Broncos, they're on a slide downhill.
They are. A bit of a decline.
No Reece Walsh.
Yep.
Cobbo, the fullback. Dean Mariner, big fan of his. He's
Yep.
good.
Okay.
But I just haven't been enjoying Hunt and Reynolds at the moment.
They're not firing at the moment.
Firing.
So some stats for you. The Broncos are absolutely terrible at covering. They've failed to cover the last 13 of 14 at Suncorp Stadium. As I mentioned, the Dogs have won their last 6. On the try-scoring front, Jesse Arthurs has scored in his last 7 of 8. He cashed last week for us as well. And Josh Curran has scored the first try in the Dogs' last 2 encounters. Like a first try sprinkle.
And he's back in the front row, so it's just standard that he might get it done again.
There you go. So what do you think, my friend?
Well, look, it's hard for me to give any try scorers to this. For the Bulldogs, they've been scoring inside, outside, upside down. So I'm not going to name any try scorers. And for the Broncos, I think they're going to struggle to get points against the good Bulldogs team defense.
Okay.
So, look, I think Bulldogs are going 7 in a row here.
Keep it rolling. I'm going to go upset here. I'm going to go Broncos for the Thursday night spoil of the party. The Dogs, they are the high of last week, the high of the energy of the crowd. Bit of a letdown sport. The Broncos aren't performing very well. I'll go Broncos in a big-time win.
Nice. Here we go. Separated at the start.
There we go. And obviously tomorrow is a very special day on the Australian and New Zealand sporting calendar. Anzac Day as well. And this clash already sets the tone. The Roosters and the Dragons, $1.73 the Chooks, $2.10 the Dragons. The Lions, 2.5. Both sides. Well, the Dragons actually looking pretty hot. The Roosters very inconsistent so far.
Yeah, when it comes to those matches on the fence, the Dragons have been getting away with it. and the Roosters have been underperforming. Do these two play every single year?
Every Anzac Day.
And I'm sure it always goes the Roosters' way as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's pretty. It's massive history. I love watching this game.
So I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be 1-12 either way. I am sitting on the fence. Billy Smith's back for the Roosters. He's been a first try scorer in his last few, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I also like St. George and Finot outside of Valentine Holmes.
Okay. For me, the Roosters, they've won their last 9 versus Dragons in their home games. Dragons failed to cover the last 12 of 13 away games. And Tedesco scored his last 5 versus the Dragons.
Oh, very nice. It's come around Origin time, so he really wants to put his foot down here.
Yep. So I'm going to go, I'll get in early here, Riggs. I'm going to go Roosters here. Roosters obviously are poor last week. I reckon they'll bounce back. Big occasion, at home, big win.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to back you on this one. I think Roosters at home are the better side. And just on paper, they got a better team. Although St. George have been playing the better footy, I'm going to be going with the Roosters as well. 1-12.
There we go. Roosters to win for me. I'll go Tedesco for a try as well. Now we go to the Warriors and the Knights. The Warriors at home as well. $1.32 against the very poor Newcastle Knights. $3.45. The line is 8.5, Regan.
Look, one thing for Knights, I've been saying it every week, Dylan Lucas needs to be back in the forward pack, and here he comes. So I'm going to see a better outfit for the Knights this week. I think I'm going to be able to score some more tries. Still a pretty weak noob forward pack.
Yeah.
And the Warriors are very hard to beat at home, as we've seen.
They are very much so. And the Warriors have, the Knights have lost the last 9 of 10 in New Zealand. They had gone across the ditch. The Warriors have covered the last 5 night games, and the Knights have lost their last 4 by 13 plus. It's really fallen apart.
Oh, that's terrible for the Knights. Look, I'm going to back some of those stats. I'm going with the Wires at home, but I'm going to give it a 1-12 for the Wires, a bit closer.
Yeah, okay. I'll go Wires to win as well, I reckon. They are too good at home. The Knights, will show something, but again, they fall short for me. Now we go to the Storm and the Bunnies, $1.20 the Storm. The Rabbits, $4.50. The Lions, 14.5. As we know, the Storm were embarrassed last week. Oh, I guess then the Rabbitohs were as well. Both sides were.
Both sides embarrassed. Look, the Rabbitohs, they've just moved Latrell Mitchell to fullback, Gray to the bench, and Gray's been outstanding for them, one of their best. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be more changes because Cody Walker's just pulled out of the Rabbits.
Okay.
I really think they're going to struggle here against the Storm. Storm need to come back after that. They still have no Harry Grant, but they do have Nick Meaney's back in the centre.
And he makes a big difference, I reckon.
He does.
And he can kick.
Pretty solid.
Kick
He's a
goals.
kicker. Yeah.
Obviously missing Jack Harroff, though. Did his shoulder, I believe, which was a big out for them in the centres. So the Storm, as we know, absolutely, they very rarely lose 2 in a row. They've won the last 16 following a loss. Ryan Papp has also scored a try his last 6 versus the Bunnies as well.
Beauty. Look, I like the looks of Coates. On Anzac Day, it just feels like perfect time for Coates to score. It's something that he does in big games. Look for Kane Bradley out that right wing as well, because that right side's where they've been scoring, and he did get 2 last week on maybe debut or something like that. But I'm looking at the Storm 2 discipline here.
Yeah, I'll join you. Storm to win here. I just can't see the Bunnies getting near them in this occasion at home as well. So look out for that one. Now we go for the Queensland Derby up north. The Cowboys at $1.40. The Titans $3. The Lions 8.5. The Cowboys have won the last 11 of 12 home games versus the Gold Coast Titans. They've also covered their last 4.
Oh, beautiful. Cowboys are fresh off a bye. For some reason, I always just see Tuolungi scoring against the Titans, and on the other end, it's always Sammy scoring against the Cowboys. So I'm looking forward to how this match plays out. Very hard to bet on the Titans here.
Calm Pereira back as well, I believe.
Yeah,
on the
Loffy's
wing,
back.
which is
Hell
good.
yeah, welcome back, Loff.
He's one man that can make a difference for them.
He can speed for days.
He scored in his last 9 of 10 in Queensland as well. Brimson has scored a try in his last 4. I agree. It's hard to pick the Titans here. What do you think?
Look, on my notes, it says staying out of this, but I am going with the Cowboys.
It is this big stay away game for me as well. I'm just going to go, Cowboys to win.
Very nice.
I think the Titans will push, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be competitive. They are always in that first 20, and that's when they drop off after.
Yep.
But I'm looking at that Purdue at the left centre. He's either going to score or he's going to be setting up for Taulunga.
He's a bit of a Queensland bolter as well, I reckon.
He's so speedy.
Yeah, he's firing.
Love watching him.
There we go. Now to the Panthers and the Manly Seagulls. $1.52. The Panthers $2.55 are the Seagulls. The Lions 5.5. The Panthers finally broke the drought last week.
Yeah, and I was not on them.
No, I was. Oh, was I?
No.
No, we weren't.
We're the Roosters.
Damn it.
And the Roosters didn't play well.
Yep.
Look, a big in for Manly is Tommy Turbo. Welcome back, King Tommy.
Welcome home, your guy.
He's my guy. The thing that happens with Manly is when he comes back, they just feel like they're coded. They're a different team. They just play so much different. They're still missing a few. They're missing his brother Jake and also the hooker Croker. So that's a big loss. That's why they're not performing as well. You've got Jazz Tavega usually playing hooker.
Yep.
And I don't think that's a good change.
Okay. The Panthers have failed to cover the last 6. Panthers have won their last 9 of 10 versus Manly. And 7 of 8 Manly games have gone over the total points. 46.5 is the number this week. So don't mind something on the over total points. Who wins it?
Yeah, beauty. Look, on that, look at Edwards setting up Alamotti out that right edge. He's done it 2 tries last week. And look for Tommy Turbo. If he's fit and healthy running at that right off that right edge, which is the left edge of the Penrith, those are all those young guys, and I think he's going to find Saab out there for some meat. So I'm looking at Saab to get a try, Alamotti to score, and I'm looking at Penrith in a close one, 1-12.
Yeah, I agree. The Panthers 1-12 definitely for me. I reckon they do find a bit of momentum here, and they get it going on. Manly haven't looked very sharp of late. Let's go to Canberra now. The Raiders $1.60, the Dolphins $2.35, the Lions 4.5. The Dolphins have lost their last 7 interstate games. It's always a tough road trip as well, going to Canberra.
Yeah, look, this is probably the round of the week for me, I reckon. Raiders have been in good form. They're pretty exciting. Hudson Young scoring a couple doubles. But the Dolphins' performance in their last few, they took down Penrith, whoever they beat last week.
Storm.
And beat the Storm. Yeah, that's insane. Really leading off Katoa there.
Lovely. Try scorers for you. Savage has scored his last 6 of 7 as a home favourite. And the Hammer has scored his last 3 versus the Raiders. So
Beauty. Well, I've got a stat for you.
hit me.
Raiders have won their last 2 games against the Dolphins by a field goal in both games.
Really?
So that's something that if you're looking
1-12
for a roughie,
either way? Surely.
I'm thinking 1-12 either way. That's what the notes say.
Yep.
I've actually led with Dolphins 1-12 for this game.
Dolphins the upset.
Yeah, I just think they've got that momentum going. And Raiders were a fight in a rough battle the last few games. You know, they've just been winning.
I agree. That's good. I'll go the Raiders, though, just because they're at home in Canberra. It's
nice.
getting a bit chilly down there, so it could be tough for the Dolphins. So I'll go Raiders 1-12 for me. Then our final match of the round at Leichhardt Oval as well. This is always a special place to play. The Tigers, $2.80. The Sharks, $1.45. The Lions, 6.5. King.
Well, look, the boys have got Galvin back on the
He's back in the
team, and so they should.
Yeah.
You need that young energy, and he's good for them.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see how good their camaraderie is.
Yeah, we will.
They've probably lost it.
They have lost a bit of camaraderie. The stats for you. The Sharks have covered the last 6 or 7 away games versus the Tigers. Stone Street has scored a double in his last 2, and 5 of 6 Sharks games have gone under the total points. I think this will be a bit of a grind, this one.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's hard to beat Tigers at Leichhardt Oval. But look at me. I'm looking at Stone Street to score.
Yep.
And Hiroti has played 2 games for the Sharks on the left centre. He scored 2 tries, 1 each game. I'm putting him down for a third. So I've got Hiroti, Stone Street, and the Sharks to get the job done.
Bang, there we go. I'm going to go the Tigers to win here against all the juice, all the headlines. Leichhardt Oval, it's a spiritual place. Galvin back in the mix. Big performance from the Tigers, and they win this one 1-12.
Beauty. That's very nice.
I like it. So a bit of value there for the people if you like the way I'm thinking. Well, now we go to our best bet of the weekend for our man King. Last week he came so close. I believe it was 4 from 5, just falling short. What do you got this week?
Here we are. Best bet, $2.52 odds. What do you think of that?
Oh, I love it, mate. That's short odds. We like it, though.
Great. It's only a 3-leg multi. I've got the Bulldogs to beat the Broncos, the Storm to win their game, and the Sharks to win their game. That's a 3-leg multi, $2.52. There's some value there.
There we go. Not bad at all. I've gone against two of those picks, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Let's hope you're wrong.
Yeah, there we go. So there's something for the King to get you through your Anzac Day weekend. Good, mate. It's good.
And what are you up to for the long Anzac weekend?
Bit of foot. I'm doing commentary tomorrow. Pretty cool on Anzac Day. I'm calling the Australian Army versus New Zealand Army.
Wow.
As the curtain raiser to the Dragons Roosters game.
It's an Anzac win all over.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. That's always a special one to call. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Very nice. You know what? Let's all give you a bit of a shout out. You're doing pretty well with your commentary stuff.
Thanks,
I see
mate.
you on the Reds field.
Yeah.
Running amok.
Yeah, mate.
And I look at that going, that's my guy.
That's my co-host.
I'm just waiting for you to pull me up. I'm waiting for the ring-a-ding-ding.
Well, I think we're going to go to a game together, a Titans game this year.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
We'll find a date, make some content, we'll actually go to a game.
Maybe a bit of a box.
Yeah,
Bit
yeah.
of box, me and you.
Well, if we win these best
Commentating
bets,
away.
mate, we're on.
Let's do
All
it.
right, there we go. So that's my weekend. How's your weekend looking?
Me, great. I'm ready to punt. I'm ready to win. Let's get it done.
You heard the man. Let's win some money this weekend. Let's have an absolute clanger. Anzac Day weekend. Rugby League is absolutely firing. My name is Jordan Hughes.
Me, I'm the king. Whoppa! This is Media Vintage. We out.
See you next week. Bye.